How do you get yourself on standby on Southwest Airlines? And what's the difference between same day standby and same day change? So, Southwest has both of these options. Same day standby lets you put yourself on an earlier flight the day of your flight. So, at midnight, the day of, you can move yourself to an earlier flight if a seat is available. Same day change lets you move yourself to an earlier or a later flight if seats are available and actually confirm yourself on that flight. So both of these used to be benefits of being A-list or A-list preferred with Southwest. That's their elite status. But as of 2025, they have removed that as a benefit from elite status. And now the only way to get either is to buy a choice fare. So it's the next highest fare after basic, and basic is now the cheapest fare on Southwest. So the way same day standby works is you can request it online at midnight, and that's my insider tip for you. Do it at midnight because most people don't know that you can do it right then, and you're going to get ahead of everybody else who wants to move flights as well if you do it early. So at midnight, you can add yourself to the standby list. But with same day standby, you can't really confirm that you're on that flight. You actually have to go to the airport ahead of the flight that you want to get on to be confirmed. And you might not be confirmed, and then you might be there until your actual flight is scheduled. So there's a bit of a risk there, which might not be a good option if you're traveling with kids who don't want to sit at an airport for hours upon hours on end. Now, for same day change, you can actually confirm yourself from home that you're on an earlier or a later flight. And it's the same thing at midnight the night before. You can click on Manage Flight in your Southwest app or at southwest.com, and it will let you secure a seat if one is available. And again, if you're traveling with multiple people, you'd have to have enough seats available for everyone to be able to make the switch. Now, one thing to know here is that you will lose your seat that you have booked on your current flight. So you need to be prepared and okay with sitting wherever seats are available. That means you might not sit together or you might sit at the back of the plane. And depending on the fare type that you purchased, and your status with Southwest will depend on if you might be able to get a preferred or an extra legroom seat if they are still available. So many of my Families Fly Free members like this same day change option. And one example I see a lot is for families who have a kid in some kind of travel sports or they travel for some type of activity. So if they're in a competition, for example, the day they're flying home and they don't know if they're going to win or lose, if they win, they might need to move their flight to a later time so that they can stay later. If they lose, they might want to move their flight to an earlier time and go ahead and get home. And so this change allows them to do that if they book a choice fare or higher. And we have some other fun hacks that we play with this particular scenario with the same day change that I teach inside of my Families Fly Free membership. So if you want to know more details like this, insider hacks and tricks for how to get the most out of flying your whole family for free, come check out my Families Fly Free membership. You can learn more at familiesflyfree.com/join.